in you, so it's in their best interest that you ultimately develop. You see Jackson knocking down that triple.
To pass Oscar. The shot was made by Samaje Kristen. It was a kick out to the right corner. Kristen hit it and gave Russell Westbrook that history that made the shot that gave Russ the triple-double to pass Oscar. That is Samaje Kristen. Ellenson with a turnaround, and it's good. And I like Henry Ellenson, GA. He just needs time.
And I think he's got a chance to be a really good player at this level.
Here's Luke Kennard. Yes. First bucket of his pro career, Luke Kennard out of Duke. Pardon me, that was Josh Eustace there.
Yeah.
Knocking that one in, the springy Josh Eustace. And Henry Ellenson goes glass for an and one, and Detroit is flexing early in Orlando.
I think important and will serve him well moving forward, because you got to keep that even keel, which you don't often see with young players. Remember, this is still a guy who only played 2 years of college.
Like, Kennard maxed out where he was, 12th overall. A lot of people mocked him in the 20s, in the late teens.
The thing about the mock, though, I'd say the Pistons as well, they need shooting. They need perimeter shooting. So if you're going to be able to get a guy at that point, that and they may have had him ranked higher.
But who would have been Rookie of the Year for you?
I thought Brogdon, by virtue of the success of the team and the role that he played, was deserved. But he showed some flashes. Obviously, didn't have a healthy Reggie Jackson. There were some concerns with his overall play at that point guard position.
He's got a mismatch. He had Kristen on him. And now Eustace. So in the post to Thompson, and the turnaround is good.
Hollis Thompson.
Get
that deuce to go. Oh, nice.
Pardon me, he's on sheet 2 of my cheat sheet.
He here in the NBA.
Ellenson working hard. Down in the post, little fade away. Yes.
That's a tough shot there. That was a grown man shot by Ellison to do it without having all of those prestigious 5-star recruits. You know, a tremendous credit as Marcus Page able to knock down that triple rewarded. And I thought that was the case last year for the Tar Heels.
You got a mouse in the house, GA. Ellenson against Page, and he made that look easy.
Tell you what, you see that again. That's the third time. Great recognition there, too, just to go up and over the smaller defender.
Here's Eustace on a running hook shot.
In some respects to Roberson, in terms of the skill set, the physical nature, and what he brings to the table.
How about Lorenzo Brown rocking his defender to sleep with the crossover and then back into a smooth jumper? I like Lorenzo Brown. But a 6-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Here's Benajay, back to Ellenson. Clean look over Page. He is feeling it in this first quarter.
So he can play some 4 as well. But I really like what he is as a player. And again, as he gets stronger physically.
0.9 rebounds.
Good job defensively there by Page. And that's a heck of a finish in traffic. Or not before. He's had it for a long time, though. That's kind of a thing, you know. We just don't get to see it in the league at all.
OKC down 7. Number 7 with the rock. And that was last touch by Ennis. Almost went out of bounds. The save by Willis. And the reverse plus the foul by Hollis Thompson. Right lane opened up for Lorenzo Brown, and he took it.
Yeah, does a good job of taking advantage of his size.
Fine crew here at the Orlando Magic's practice facility. It is the 2017 Orlando Summer League. Nice pump fake into an off-glass bucket for Lorenzo Brown. But your thoughts on it? Does it move OKC past San Antonio and or Houston?
I don't know about that. I don't think the Pacers could have gotten a lot more, because unless Paul George is going to be willing to commit to that respective team long term, they're one of the 5 best players in the league, and he's box office, and he's done nothing but deliver. As you see, Kennard able to knock down that triple in transition. To be there, his concern right now is just a matter, okay, are we going to be able to contend? You know, he's a talent that wants to be able to play for championships. And
Luke Kennard just hit for Detroit. And Kennard now 2 of 6. Kennard trying to find this shot, fading and hitting. GA, that was his best shot of the game.
That was probably the one questionable shot we've seen him take, and that's going to happen from time to time. How about the big fella there, Dakari, running the floor for that finish? Interest is at an all-time high in terms of the offseason, and now we're just kind of waiting to see, is Kennard able to knock that mid-range down.
Pistons fans liking what they're seeing. Their team is up by 8. Ellenson has 13. Kennard has 10. Samaje Kristen, tough turnaround, and he got the bounce. It's post-up fadeaways. It's straightaway shots. I don't know about the running floater from Ellenson yet.
Yeah, but a lot of times you're going to try things in summer league.
We are tied at 51. And Moreland rocks the rim plus the foul. Johnson, 11 points, 7 boards, 5 of 11 from the field. Moreland hard charging, and he is fouled by Samaje Kristen. One more for Eric Moore. Eustace in the corner. This is the shot he's got to make. And a great swat from behind by Eric Moreland, who is now really showing what he can do. Benajay to Kennard. And a great swat from behind by Eric Moreland, who is now really showing what he can do. Benajay to Kennard. And Benajay had 2 choices there. 3 good defensive possessions by Kennard here in this third quarter. And I think, Jay, they've been back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah.
There's Ellenson.
Ellenson knocking down that triple off the assist from Kennard and of the personnel he's playing against. You know, he picks up quickly what you can and cannot do and plays accordingly. Oh, I mean, I thought he had a really good freshman campaign, but I wouldn't have said that coming into this past season, how to play the game. I think he's got a chance to be a really solid pro.
Kennard guarding Marcus Page, but Page got by him, got the shot up over the big.
That's an incredible stat to when you think about some of the great shooters they've had there. Oh, what a block there by Houston. We talked about that ability to block shots. The course of the season, depending on how the team plays, is going to dictate oftentimes how many minutes he gets. Is Page able to knock down that triple? Those are all things that are intriguing when you're trying to win a championship.
OKC, great defensive possession, and they do complete it. They get a block by Vince Hunter, got the rebound. And so essentially sort of saying we may not be able to give Paul what he wants. So how do you see this whole thing playing out from here as, oh my goodness, was that a jam by Vince Hunter? Oh my goodness.
That was a nice finish. Atlanta wants to re-sign him, or else they would have made the trade in during the season. And remember, this is a team right now.
I like the swing through. I like the whole thing. So I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, and generally the league's gotten much better at not teching the team guys up.
To be the shot caller of this organization. So you have somebody who is not necessarily a Paul Millsap guy because he hasn't been there, and he's maybe got a different vision.
It's going to be hard for them moving forward to try to build through just the draft. You're going to have to participate in some respect in free agency and
averaging a double-double in 70-plus games, and now the Millsap decision. So is it a full rebuild? Is it a full reset button?
With the Hornets.
And there's been conversation. I read an article before we came on as Kennard drives and dimes to Moreland. Emmanuel Mudiay, Jameer Nelson. If you had Paul Millsap to that group, how good are the Nuggets?
I think the Nuggets can become a really good team. The question is point guard. Think about that Denver deal with Millsap, similarly to what we saw with Boston getting Al Horford, right? It's a 7-footer.
Pierre Jackson back for Detroit, under 2 minutes to go now, and Pierre puts it up. He puts it in +1, so Detroit takes the lead right back. Ellenson, he's got Jakari Johnson on him. Tough to get a shot off, and it goes. That's the shot of the game, GM.
That was, you talk about it again, we keep saying it, the strength to get that shot up, probably going to have to.
So both free throws by Ellenson, and what a rejection by Eric Moreland. How lively is he? And now OKC down 6, needs a 3. Kristen, wide open is Markel Brown, and this game ain't over yet. We got a 3-point game. Looking for a dribble handoff. It's Eustace. He's going to drive on Ellenson. Pull up. Do we have a tie game? Yes, we do! Daniel Hamilton flying in! And he puts it in to tie the game at 91 with 2.8 to go.